Hello guys, how are you? It's Arthi again. So I am back as promised with a video to talk to you about a book that I've recently been reading, and it has to do with minimalism. So I guess first, to get the video started, let me just show you the book. So it's called Everything That Remains. Maybe some of you have already heard about it. And it was written by Josh Millburn, and he and his friend Ryan actually have a very popular website called The Minimalists, and I think they're kind of like the modern day pioneers of minimalism, and I think a lot of people kind of look up to them as, as someone to follow if you're interested in making that transition into minimalism. So the way that I discovered this book was because I went to the Housing Works bookstore here in NYC last year to see them do a presentation because they were going on a book tour. So that was one of the places where they stopped. So last year I was kind of on the fence about minimalism, but I was just beginning to learn about it. My husband actually got into it before me. So when we went there, I was really curious to see what it was going to be like because I knew really nothing about minimalism. I was like, okay, well, let me just go and it'll, maybe I'll get some, like, a few tips or something, or I wasn't sure exactly what was going to happen. So we actually took this book. Well, my husband bought the book, so we went down there and they actually signed it for us because we waited in line, and it was so worth it. And hopefully you guys were able to see that okay. So we went there to listen to them talk, and I actually just started reading this book a few days ago. I'm only just on the first chapter, and it's written from Josh's perspective, and Ryan jumps in a little bit in the book, but Josh talks about his transformation into minimalism and what his life was like before, and even talks about his childhood a little bit. So we went there last year, and Josh and Ryan came in, and the place was just so crowded. And this bookstore is really cute. It's beautiful. It's old-fashioned, has hardwood floors and books lining the walls. So there were people sitting downstairs on the first floor, and there were people even upstairs on the second floor just standing there and watching. And one thing that really surprised me when I went was just the diversity of the people that were there, because there were married couples, people with their kids. There were high school kids, college kids, even single people that came by themselves. So it was just really great. So Josh and Ryan came in, and I think they were a little surprised too, because I don't think they were expecting that many people to show up. So they talked about minimalism, what it meant to them. They answered a few questions, and Josh read an excerpt from the book that I just showed you. And they talked a lot about what their life is like today and what minimalism has done for them. And so some of the people in the audience were, I think some of them were kind of like me. They were on the fence. They were thinking about going into minimalism but weren't sure yet. And then some people were already in it, and they were there to support Josh and Ryan, and they were really excited about it. And I was too. So so it was it was really a great experience. So I wanted to tell you guys, this book is just really an excellent book to read. If you are curious, or if you're really not sure yet, or if you've just gone into minimalism and you want to really see what it's like to live that way, I would suggest that you read the book. Now that summer is coming, you can make it a part of your summer reading, and you can pick it up and see where the book takes you. I think it's really nice to see. The thing that I find interesting is that it seems like a lot of people that end up becoming minimalists, that we all kind of come from the same place, that we are at a point where we're kind of frustrated with certain things in our lives, or we have too much clutter. And because Josh actually had a job that was paying him 6 figures, and he walked away from that, and now he and Ryan live full-time as minimalists, and it's actually become a job, or not a job, but a career for them, because they go all over the world and they give talks to people, and they have another book that's coming out now, and they also have a documentary that I know that they're working on. So it can really lead to a lot of great things, and it can be very freeing, and it gives you the opportunity to pursue a lot of your passions. So I think that's really wonderful. So here is the book again. So please go out and get the book and read it. So far I'm really loving it. It's great. I mean, he's a really good writer. Josh tells his story very well. and I think you will probably be able to connect with a lot of the things that he says. It's, you know, it just comes from a great place. So this was the book that I wanted to show you. So that was the topic of today's video. Now when I go into it a little bit further, and I'll share a little bit more about it, and also for the bookstore Housing Works, I'll put a link for that in the box down below. I'll also put a link to the Minimalist website, so you can go check that out. And so I think that's about it. So I just wanted to show you that book today. So I'll see you guys in the next video. So have a great day, and love you guys. Okay, bye.